Hello everybody and welcome back to Newegg TV. I'm Steve and today joining me in the studio I have Monty and Simon from Saitek. How you guys doing?
Doing good. How you doing, Steve?
Thank you. Very good. You guys brought some toys. I love
Yes, we did.
I love these awesome serious flight sticks, man. And these are not joysticks per se. These are more like the
these are H.O.T.A.S's actually.
Oh, H.O.T.A.S. Well, we're going to get into that in just a moment actually. But I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what this is because this is not the X-52 that I'm familiar with.
No, this is the X-55 Rhino. This is the newest X stick that we're putting out in the Saitek Pro Flight range.
Wow.
The last one we put out was the X-65F, which was the force sensing one that was like twice as expensive as the 52 Pro, and even though it was a really great piece of hardware, you know, the market really didn't want, or the flight sim community didn't really want to have something that was that expensive but didn't actually move since it was force sensing. So imagine this stick not moving at all.
And then you just
trying to fly that way.
It's like bending metal.
Right, basically. So you know. But so with this one, we wanted to basically take the X-52 Pro and upgrade it, make it more military styled, and so we called it the X-55 Rhino.
Wow.
So it's basically based on the stylings of an F-18 Super Hornet.
I've never been in an F-18 before, but this
someday you may, Steve.
Yeah, right. One day. I'll
so if you had a Rhino, you would know exactly what you were dealing with.
This is a good point. This is a very good point. So I want to ask a couple other things.
Sure.
What's kind of the history going on behind these sticks you guys have been making?
Right. So yeah. So basically, we had that stick, the X-65, and we wanted. No one's really come out with a stick that's made for the guy who wants a military-styled flight sim stick that's not going to break your bank or anything like that. And that's where we came in. We decided the X-52 Pro's been around for 10 years, something like that. We wanted to make something just a little bit more dialed in for military sim type actions, because there's a lot of games like right now that are coming out for in that genre, and there's also a lot of other games that are going to require a H.O.T.A.S, like certain space sims or whatever or Mech Warrior or something like that.
Star Citizen you might be talking about,
maybe.
huh?
Yeah, just mentioning, just throwing out names right now, but yeah.
Fantastic. So, all right, well, this is obviously steeped in a long history of fighter pilot sticks and whatnot. So I want to know what's some of the key features you guys are bringing to the table with the X-55?
Okay, well, one of the big key features we have is we made the bases a lot bigger, so they're a lot sturdier, as you can see, and they're really solid pieces here. They come on separate USB cables, so if you're building a sim pit at home, then you can pretty much configure it however you want. You don't have to have it tethered together and have it be in this small enclosed space.
So a sim pit, for those who don't know out there, a sim pit is a cockpit, right? Okay.
So
excellent.
yeah, and you can have this dialed in however you want. One of the big things we wanted to make sure you could do is change the tensions without having to turn the thing over or open it or anything. So we have a tension wheel for the throttle. It's right here on the side. For the 65, it used to be on the bottom. So you can imagine if you're having to take this thing apart or take this thing off your desk and having to change the throttle around.
Especially if it's bolted down or something, right?
Exactly. If it's bolted down or Velcroed down, that would be kind of a pain. So we have the tension adjuster right here on the side. But we did something really exciting for the stick itself. You'll notice that it comes with a pack of springs. Let me get this in here.
Nice.
And all these different springs are different lengths, which means different tensions. And really quickly, you can change out a spring. If the spring you have in there, it feels too tight for whatever sim you're playing, you can take out that spring, put in a looser spring. If you're the kind of person who likes to play helo games, helicopter games, you can just use no spring at all, and it's really quick. And if you want, I can show you how to change one out really quick.
Let me get the throttle out of your way, and you can go ahead and show us exactly how easy it is to change the tension on this stick.
Yeah, so all you got to do here is take this off, pull up this part. Spring comes out. Now you can put in a different spring.
I can show them the other options. We have like blue and yellow, it looks like, right?
And all different lengths there. And there you go. It's a piece of cake.
Very nice.
And if you'll notice, we have so many buttons, rotaries on this thing, and with the software you can program. There's a mode switch, so you can basically change profiles on the fly.
Excellent.
I think there's something over like 150 different buttons and switches.
I just want to show them the profile dial here. Is it this one right here down at the bottom?
Right.
Okay.
So mode 1, 2, 3. This thing's backlit in green. You can use the software to dim the lights if you like to. But yeah, when you plug it in, you can see the nice little green. You can kind of see it a little bit on here.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll do that a little bit later.
So yeah, it comes with 7 different momentary switches on it. There's a...
Flip this around.
Yeah.
This direction.
You can see some of the other switches here on the back of the throttle. You got your buttons. You got one of your hat switches here. Let me just turn around. Let's see the front of it.
And Simon, you were mentioning earlier that one of the key advantages you said of the throttle is that it's actually got a split throttle too. So
yeah, it's a split throttle, and you can actually detach it just like Monty's doing right now. So for the multi-engine FSX crowd, that's fantastic. You know, you can really, it's very adjustable, and it feels it's high fidelity. You know, it's really definitely a step up from the X-52 Pro.
Now, I've understood you play a ton of sim games. You're actually an adept pilot. I've seen you flying in the other room, which you guys will be able to see here in just a moment. But I'm curious, what do you think are some of the key features you like about the X-55 from a sim perspective?
I just love the ability to be able to change the springs out and give you some different throw weights on the stick. It feels high fidelity, as I said. It's very smooth. There are no issues with the tension on the throttle. All the ergonomics of where the buttons are feels really the way it should be. You know, everything's military grade, so there's, you know, sliders are where they're supposed to be. They are modeled after the actual aircraft as it is. So, you know, they're where they're supposed to be. There's a lot of, I'd say, with the throw switches and all the toggle switches, you can really, and the 3 modes, you can do a nav mode, an air-to-air mode, an air-to-ground mode, and all your different sims. So you can really go to town.
So could you then essentially set up everything for maybe in Battlefield 4 we have multiple vehicles, you have a jet, or you have you know, rotary wing or something like that. You can just switch it to whatever you want it to be set to for those preset buttons, however you have it.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. What would you say is the single best feature, the one you like the most, I would say, out of everything you see here on the X-55, or everything you've done so far?
I'd say the ability to change out the springs.
That's the key feature for you.
Yeah.
Huh?
It just it feels great. And then once you get the one that you like, you know, it's really a matter of just spending time in the HUD software and really programming the profiles and getting them so that you understand, because it gets really complicated when you have all these different modes.
Yeah, of course. Now you mentioned something about the HUD software. Is that something we can demo over in the other room?
Yeah, we can show it. We can show it off, and we've made it a lot more intuitive than the past Saitek hardware profiling software we put out before.
So I'm interested. HUD software. Okay, so heads up display, you guys. Let's go in the other room and take a closer look. Oh, fancy meeting you here, Simon. What do you got to show me?
So today we're showing you the new X-55 Rhino HUD software.
Nice.
And I'm just going to briefly just mention, it gives you the ability to program the stick and the throttle. And these are this is the profile area. You can go through and profile the stick. You can go through and profile the throttle with all your game commands. And then you can...
including macros, too.
Exactly. Right. And you can... timed macros or really complex ones. It'll track all that stuff.
Nice.
And you can do the exact same thing with your settings. This is the stick. You can input your deadband settings, your X and Y axis, and your rudder curves, etc., your saturation. You can get really as complex as you want to get, and then save your settings for each of the games that you're doing. And you can do that for both the stick and the throttle.
Keeping them separate.
Yeah,
Nice.
And you know they connect to the computer separately, and they're recognized separately. So
Excellent.
So that's basically that. And then when you do go into your programming section and hit load your profile, save your profile, and then hit your profile button. Down here in your bar, you'll see the Rhino icon will turn from white to green, and that lets you know that your hardware is profiled and you're ready to go. You can also right-click and load your custom profiles that you have saved.
Oh, nice.
That's a quick way to load your profile. So I'll load my Armor 3 profile.
All right, so that must mean we're playing some Armor 3.
I think so.
Oh, very cool. All right, let's do it. Can't wait to see this. So I also noticed that you're wearing a hat now. Can you explain to our audience why that is?
I'm just wearing a hat because I have the track clip for my track IR.
That's so cool.
My track IR setting.
So just got 3 different small reflective surfaces, and you probably can see it just barely on this camera up here in the top left of the screen. That's your IR transmitter, I'm guessing, and reader? Or?
Yeah, it's an IR detector. It sends out little low infrared beams and then detects the reflectors on your cap, and then moves your head accordingly. So where you move your head, your vision will go.
That's fantastic. And I noticed earlier, you gave me a quick demo of it. It responds so fast and so well. The fidelity and just slightly moving your head is amazing. I can't wait.
Yeah, you know, the hardcore sim crowd are really, the Rhino fits perfectly in with things like track IR. The build quality of the Rhino and the build quality of the hardware that the sim community expects is pretty
high.
You know, it's pretty high, and you know, so
for good reason. You guys are dumping a lot of money in a lot of this hardware, man.
That's true.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
That's true. So I'm just going to quickly load up a helicopter strike mission here in Armor 3.
Okay.
And we'll show you how the Rhino can be used to fly a chopper, which is.
And do you prefer a fixed wing or do you prefer the rotary?
I actually like both.
Really?
Just
okay.
I like both. I mean, they're both fun. Just it's a way to blow off steam. So here we are, loaded up in the cockpit. We're ready to go.
Wow.
And so I'm using the throttle to just gently move it forward, and that gets my engine spooled up. Just going to center up my track IR. There we go.
So it's just a hotkey to do that?
Just a hotkey. So there, I'm flight idle. I'm ready to go.
Nice.
Just going to set up my manual fire.
Manual fire.
It's at this exact moment where I typically tip the chopper over in Armor 3 and kill myself and everyone else around me.
And here we go. So we're just going to use the throttle, get in the air, and we'll get into a nice little stable hover.
I got to tell you, Simon, the real Comanche would fly itself right now. You wouldn't need to even use the stick.
Yeah, I can put this into an auto hover, and the real thing would have an auto hover. And
Yeah, removing it completely from the.
but that's no
inside.
fun.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll get going here, get some speed up, and show everyone what the Rhino can do.
God, it's moving pretty quick already.
Okay, now we're full throttle. Stay low. And just
Grid 045140.
just gonna stay low here, and
Tank grid 045140.
so you can see the stick and throttle on the Rhino are just allow you to just put really precise little inputs in, and you can see that meatball going up and down. That's the lift vector. Just small throttle movements like that will let me
Just
raise
so slightly.
Yeah, small throttle movements will let me raise and lower my altitude.
And of course, dipping the stick back a little bit too, right? To
Yeah.
cause the rotors to give you a little more lift.
So it's just real high fidelity. It's awesome. It's a blast.
How many of you guys at home right now are singing Airwolf to yourself? Or humming it, I suppose. There's no lyrics.
So we're coming in fast here. We got some targets ahead.
ABC grid 031131. Tank 1.5 clicks south.
That's your gunner calling stuff out.
That's my gunner calling stuff out, and I'm just gonna kind of skirt here and see if I can avoid the tanks, because they're pretty accurate.
Forgot how gorgeous Arma 3 was.
Tank, 1 click southeast. Tank, 1 click southeast. I've got a visual. Tank, 1.5 clicks east.
Target that
Contact.
tank, 800
tank,
meters,
700 meters
7
due east.
Target that tank,
Enemy
800
spotted.
meters, 8
Tank,
o'clock.
700 meters, bearing 1.
So we got targets all over the place here. So I'm just
Tank,
gonna,
1 click east.
that was kind of just a little recon run, so we'll stay really
1.5
low.
clicks northeast.
And we kind of did this route.
Tank, 1.5 clicks, bearing 060.
So you can see, you know, for those that are just want to fly a bit, get home on a Friday night and blow off a lot of steam, the Rhino's a blast.
I can see that. Yeah, because about this point in Battlefield 4, you would have had 4 Stingers launched at you and the Captain flared and got out of dodge.
Target that tank, 1 click, 11 o'clock.
ABC, 1 click north.
Receiving fire.
We've got an enemy. Tank,
All right.
700 meters due north. There's an enemy. Tank, 800 meters due north. I see movement. Tanks, 1.5 clicks, bearing 060. We've got an enemy. Tank, 400 meters
Over there
northeast.
killing
northeast.
crabs with that rotor
Tank,
just
1
dipping the
click
water.
So, you know, that's, we could probably fly this for hours, but it's,
Right.
I see movement. Tanks, 1.5 clicks, bearing 075.
give them another run.
Enemy spotted. Tank, 1.5 clicks, northeast.
Target that tank.
Enemy spotted. Tank, 1.5 clicks, northeast.
Zoom in.
Yeah, you're leaning forward there to get a nice zoom. That's so cool.
Target that tank, 2 clicks, 11 o'clock. Target that tank, 800 meters, 12 o'clock.
There's one right below you too.
Target that tank, 600 meters, 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
So, taking some hits. My hull is, so let's get out of here. So I can,
Yeah, that's really nice flying, man.
so the Rhinos, you know, for those that want to fly fixed wing sims or for helicopter sims, whether you want to fly FSX or any sim out there on the market, even some of the older World War II sims. You know, there's also you know, a new IL-2 Stalingrad sim coming out of World War II sim that's the Rhino is going to be perfect for. So you know, there's a lot of stuff out there that owners of existing hardware will really want to upgrade to this. It's very cool.
Right on. Cool. Simon, thank you so much. Monty, thank you so much as well. Let's jump back in the studio and wrap this up. All right, thank you guys so much, Monty,
Thanks.
Simon, and Simon, you are amazing with this thing. This is like a chef with a Ginsu knife or something. I don't know.
You just cut through all those targets.
Yeah, you never even got shot down. It was amazing. I don't know how you did that. But final closing thoughts, Monty.
Yeah, well, we're really excited about this Rhino product. We think it's going to be something that people are going to be excited about for a really long time. And just so you know, that we're shipping them out today.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, so if you guys are in the market, Newegg.com, check it out. This is the Saitek X-55 Rhino. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and we will see you very soon.